We're going to plunge into one of the richest treasures in the Holy Scriptures, the book of Psalms. So if you want, you can turn your hymnals to Psalm 1, because it is the hymnals. It's Israel's hymnal. We're going to discover its poetry that's been laced with very strong theology, very unusual mixture. In the Hebrew, the word that they use means praises. 55 of 150 of them are specifically addressed to the chief musician. These were originally intended to be sung. It's amazing to me that despite all the research that surrounds the Jewish scriptures, how little we really know about their music. There's all kinds of speculations and conjectures by many scholars, but none that are really totally convincing. The Greek translation, the Septuagint and the rest, speaks of psalmoi, a poem to be sung to a stringed instrument. A psaltar is a harp or stringed instrument, so it's from that we get the English label of the book is from the Greek translation. But the nature of poetry we often misunderstand. We're used to poetry that's designed around its phonetic design, its phonemes. We're familiar with rhyme, which is the parallelism of sound, or rhythm, which in a sense is parallelism of time, or cadence, or meter, if you will. And that's the poetry that we would study in English and in most languages would be phonetically and rhythmically intensive. Not so with the Hebrew poetry. They're really structured around the conceptual design. They deal with the parallelism not of rhyme or rhythm, but of ideas, concepts, precepts. Some of them are comparative. Two things are used comparatively to illuminate a central thought. Some of them are antithetic or contrastive, black and white, opposites, that sort of thing. Some of them are synthetic or completive, is an easier way to think of it, where one thought completes a previous thought and so forth. We'll encounter a word frequently in the Psalms, Selah. There are many that presume that what that is some kind of musical annotation. And indeed, the Psalms, many of them have what apparently were musical annotations of some kind. E.W. Bullinger and others make quite a case for this fact that the Selah term within the psalm is not really a musical term as much as it is a pause to consider. It's a link, it's an instruction to pause and integrate what you've just read. It's a conceptual pause, not necessarily just a musical pause. In any case, this parallelism, there's a thing called synonymous parallelism. That's where the second line of 2 restates the first. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? See, those two thoughts are essentially rephrasing of the same thing, aren't they? That would be called synonymous parallelism. Psalm 15:1 is the example there. Another form of parallelism is antithetic parallelism, which is just the opposite. The lines are in contrast to one another. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Two categories, very much the opposite. And we're going to encounter some of that in the very first psalm. Then there's also synthetic parallelism, where each successive line expands or confirms the previous one. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. So each phrase amplifies, refines the previous one.